What's up, rock stars? Trying to put my air freshener in the car. Just got my car washed. I am showing out. I really don't have enough time to be doing this video. I got the nerve to be at Kaiser to pick up some medication from my dermatologist, too. I'm tripping. Anyway, so I want to put my smell good up because I'm anal like that when I get my car washed. I want it to smell a certain way, the same way I am when I get my house cleaned. I want it to smell a certain way, bitch. Ugh. So I hang it back here in the back so I don't have to smell it super strong, but I can still smell it. I hang it on one of the little hooks back here. And it's real trifling because I got about 50 of them damn trees hanging. Take off my old lady thing here. Let me get it together. How y'all doing? I don't even know what edition of Black Girls on Television this is. Hold on one second. Let me check and see. What's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the 36th installment of Black Girls on Television. Gotta hurry up and get through this video. Thank God we still don't have Empire on hiatus, so it's just How to Get Away with Murder, you guys. Let's get to it, shall we? Okay, you guys, so it opens into the future, 3 weeks into the future, at the fire. Okay, we see Michaela rushing off from her house. We don't know where she's rushing to, but she tells her mother, Grace under fire, don't steal shit. Goes back to 3 weeks earlier. Annalise is pissed at Bonnie. Bonnie is trying to explain to her the reason why she did what she did, and she whips out this recording of Frank admitting that he shot Wes's father. Annalise was like, we can't use that. Wes and Laurel, they're there as well, and Wes is like, why not? And she was like, because if we tell on him, he gonna tell on us, and that means we all gonna be in trouble, so that's useless at this point. Laurel, always speaking out of turn and never knowing the full story of what the hell she talking about, was like, this is all your fault, okay? You tried to kill him, and Annalise was like, you a fool if you believe that. I did not try to kill his ass. Then she turns around and continues to fuss at Bonnie. Okay, I can handle the men turning on me, but you out here running around looking for love, looking for fine ass Frank, I guess. And while she's still giving Bonnie the blues, Wes gets a text message. It's from Megan. There are police at his house and they are investigating a shooting. Wes doesn't answer the text. Laurel actually calls the girl back. Okay, Megan is just like, they're here. I don't know what to do. Annalise is telling Laurel to tell Megan that, she didn't know where Wes was. She think he went to the library. Okay, but Megan is spooked out because she don't know what the fuck is going on and what this shooting is about and why Wes is even involved. So Wes, he wants to go to talk to the investigators. They're from New York. Annalise was like, hell no, you're not. You're going to stay in this house. He starts looking like he gonna walk out the door, and she was like, if you do that, I will chain your ass in the basement like I did Rebecca myself. Now we see Asher and Michaela, they're together, and of course Michaela is still treating him like shit. Asher is just like, it's more than just sex. I mean, we are a couple. Michaela is just like, no, you nothing more than a booty call. Okay, she's not willing to commit to that, and Asher's feelings is kind of hurt. She feels bad about it, but she got to keep this wall up between her and Asher. Now Wes, realizing that he needs to tell Megan something, he calls her on the phone and he tells her how, his father got shot right in front of his face, and that he's sorry that he didn't really tell her the full story, but he's with Annalise. She's gonna help him. She's gonna know what to do because Megan wants to come to him, but he's like, no, you stay there. It's all fine. Annalise is about to go off to work. Bonnie walks in. Annalise looks at her like, I thought you'd have ran off to Mexico with fine ass Frank by now. I guess you can make yourself useful and babysit Wes while he stays in this house. Okay, y'all babysit each other. I was like, boy, that Annalise don't give up, do she? She don't let up at all. So she goes to get her license reinstated, and there's some stipulations. She's no alcohol, of course. It's random drug testing, and she's got to stop with all these ethical violations. Okay, you be floating right on the edge, Annalise, and we tired of it, so you need to act like you got some sense around here. Annalise was like, I ain't never been convicted of nothing, so give me my fucking license back. She was like, fine, you got it back, but you know what, this is a 2 strikes as opposed to 3 strikes here. Second one, you out. So she's got her license back. She calls Bonnie, I guess, to check up on Bonnie and Wes, and she tells her she got her license back, and then when Bonnie hangs up the phone, Wes, he's over there looking at her like, okay, I guess you can call fine ass Frank and let him know, huh? And Bonnie was like, nigga, you got something to say to me? What's the problem? This is all your fault anyway. Annalise is protecting you, and that's the reason why she's a mess and falling all apart, okay? And you all mad at me because of your little crush on Laurel. Now, Annalise, she's got her license back. That means she's back in class. Welcome back, bitches. Y'all didn't think I was coming back, did you? Okay, we got the new case. It is about, an Army vet. She's facing aggravated assault charges. She sliced open some dude's neck who walked up behind her and grabbed her. Okay, so the students are all trying to figure out what's going to be the best defense. And Annalise shoots them all down. Finally, Drake comes up with the PTSD defense. Okay, so Annalise gives him first chair. While Annalise is teaching her class, she looks up and the president is there. Okay, after everybody leaves, the president comes down there and she's like, I'm never going to tell anybody about your drinking problems and your sobriety and all of that. I'm just here to tell you the investigators from New York are here and they want to talk to Wes. Do you know where he is? Annalise was like, no, I don't. Okay, well, just letting you know we looking for him. So I guess they think Wes shot his father. Annalise goes back to the house, and of course the Keaton 5 are there, and everybody is upset and nervous and they don't know what to do. Annalise was like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna take care of it. We're good people, okay? We ain't did nothing wrong in the last 48 hours, so we gonna be good. Don't worry about it. But of course they're all worried. Bonnie is trying to make shit better for Annalise, so she has a lawyer in mind. Annalise, did you spread your legs for him too? That's a bitch. Bonnie was just like, you can be as mad at me as you want. I can take it. Listen, Finance Frankie just wants to come home, okay? And Annalise was like, if he brings his ass here, I will kill him myself. Bonnie says, I came back. And Annalise was like, yeah, well, why did you? And Bonnie has said, because I love you. And Annalise, that did kind of get to her. That did touch her. You need to have somebody fucking love you in this world right now, Annalise, because, honey, you ain't really doing too well in the love department. But Annalise was like, you know what? You being here just upsets me. It hurts me. I need you to leave right now. So when Bonnie is leaving, Wes is giving her the side eye. Okay, she look at him too like, nigga, you feeling froggish? Then leap. When she's leaving out, Laurel's sitting out there. And she was just like, you didn't never tell me what Finance Frank said. I was like, I can tell you what he said. I'm coming. Like that Bonnie gonna tell her he didn't say much. I said, I bet you he didn't. Shit. So Laurel was just like, well, he told the police that, Wes killed the daddy. So now, Laurel, again, never knowing the full story, she's upset. She calls Finance Frank. Is this the kind of person you are? You want us all to go to jail? You go and tell on Wes, I'm just like, shut up, Laurel. Finance Frank is listening to the voicemail that she leaves, and he's just got this look on his face like, if Finance Frank got the weight of the world on his shoulder, he trying to fix it for everybody, and everybody giving him the damn blues. But whatever, we get to the court case. Annalise is there. She's trying the case against, the prosecutor that's fucking real nice Nate. Of course, she got an extra pep in her step because she got a secret. Annalise was just like, oh, so you want to get your ass whipped today, huh? Prosecutor probably was just like, I'm not getting my ass whipped today, but I bet you I'll be getting it whipped tonight. Anyway, they got the victim up there, the man whose throat was sliced, and they asking him all these questions and everything that Annalise is asking. The prosecutor is objecting to it and the judge is sustaining it. Okay, finally the judge was like, listen, Annalise, you keep on with this and I'm gonna have to talk to the bar. Annalise was just like, no further questions. While they're on a break, okay, looks like Annalise's substitute for alcohol is potato chips. She's in the bathroom eating her chips and Michaela comes in there and is just like, I got some news for you. Maybe you might want to give me first chair again. Okay, Annalise was like, what? She was just like, Danny, the girl that they're representing, she was working a desk job when she said she was attacked in Afghanistan. So Annalise was like, what? So she pulls Danny into a room and she's talking to Danny like, well, what's going on? You lied to me. And Danny was just like, no, I didn't lie. I just borrowed the story, okay? Even though I worked at the desk, I had to read the paperwork and I had to read the stories about, the people and how many pieces they were when they were blown up and we had to send them back home to their family. And I felt all of that as well. She's telling Annalise to tell her what to say. And Annalise was like, I can't tell you what to say. That's lying. I'll be in trouble for that. Danny says, you know what? I need help, not jail. Now, back at the house, Wes is there and Connor. Connor is fed up. Connor been pissed with all of this for a long time. Okay, now he done lost his man. So Connor ain't got too much more patience for this. So he goes to the house and he pretty much tells Wes, like, let me tell you something. Okay, I know you feeling like you want to talk to the police, but it's going to be some consequences and repercussions if you take your ass down there and say something, okay? All of this is your fault to begin with because you killed Sam. And Annalise has felt like she has had to protect you the whole time. So, yeah, don't say shit. It's going to be a problem. And then when he goes back to the house, and the kids are all there and they talking, talking about dates. And Connor shows back up. He was just like, yeah, I talked to Wes. Laura's like, what you telling me? He's like, don't worry about it. All I know is it best not be no bullshit. Now back at the courthouse, Annalise is leaving. It's been a long day. Nate pulls up in his police car. She gets in the passenger side and he tells her, look, NYPD, they down here, they looking for Wes. Do you know where he is? She just kind of looking. He was just like, I know you're trying to protect him and everything. I don't want Wes to get caught up in your mess. Annalise still stubborn, about to get out the car. And he was just like, and I also should probably tell you, since, it'll probably get out eventually, I'm fucking the prosecutor. Annalise's looks. And then she was just like, well, thanks for telling me. And then when she gets out the car, it was like somebody shot her in her heart. I was just like, girl, I know what you mean. She kind of had to get herself together. Like, I'm not going to break down in front of him. But I was just like, girl, you done let your man get away from you. Now, Annalise goes home and she got the weight of the world on her shoulders as usual. I was like, Annalise can't have a drink or nothing. Damn. When she gets there, Wes is still trying to figure out how they can get out of this with, fine ass Frank and all of that. Okay. She was just like, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. Wes then accuses her of still caring for fine ass Frank. You protecting him. She was just like, listen, he killed my child. He caused an accident. I lost my kid, and that's why he killed your father. So then Wes apologizes. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Annalise was like, no, I should have just left you alone. But I wanted to help you. I wanted to make you a better person. So I took you off the wait list and I brought you into this class, and look at the mess that I've made now. Then we get some shit with Connor and Oliver, same, trying to figure out their relationship. I mean, it's not a relationship. Oliver's going on a date. He can see other people. Connor's fucking everybody in the city. Now the next morning, looks like Annalise is finally kind of willing to give Bonnie a little bit of a break. She tells her that she needs her in court. Annalise also tells her, call that lawyer, tell him to come on by. We're going to have him talk to Wes tonight. Then, of course, shit get to moving real fast like it always does on this show. We see Annalise in court and she has Danny up on the podium. She's asking her questions. Danny says that she was attacked in a Humvee in Afghanistan, and when she went to the VA, when she got back, they said that it was PTSD. At the same time, we see Bonnie. She is at some office, I'm assuming at the VA. She's asking for a record of an attack that Danny had in Afghanistan. Okay, so she's trying to get the paperwork while Annalise is asking her questions. And all of a sudden, we see Bonnie come busting into the courtroom. She's got this report with her. She hands it to Annalise. Annalise was like, oh, this is something that I just got, Judge. I need to talk to you in the chambers right now. Of course, the prosecutor was like, bitch, now all of a sudden she coming up with new shit. Annalise was like, I just found out about it. So when they go to the judge's chambers, Annalise shows this report and says, Danny didn't really get attacked in this Humvee, that she worked in a desk job, and she obviously made up this story from this report here. And the prosecutor was like, well, you didn't know that? And Annalise was like, no, bitch, but obviously she made it up. Okay, I wouldn't put her on the stand and let her lie. She was like, she's just trying to get a mistrial. Annalise was like, absolutely not. Why would I put myself on the line like that? Okay, it was my duty to tell. So Annalise is able to get a deal. They told her that they would let her plead guilty to reckless endangerment. You got to go back. You got to go to counseling, see a judge once a week. Danny was just like, I don't have a drinking problem, though. I got an anger problem. I need help like that. And Annalise was like, listen, this is the best you gonna get. Don't let me have to fuck you up in this office like I did old boy a couple of weeks ago. You need to take this. This is the best you gonna get. You got some problems. Let this judge help you. Okay, so Danny accepts it. Now we see Megan. She's talking to Wes. She's trying to convince him that he needs to talk to a lawyer. Wes is just like, oh, so much more that you don't know. Listen, I'm too much for you. We need to break up. Megan doesn't want that. No, I want to be here for you. I love you. When she says that, then it's really like, oh no, girl, you don't love me. If you would have known all the people we done killed and hit in the head with statues and ran over with a car and threw over a balcony from 3 stories high, you wouldn't love me so much then. So he tells her, you know what? You gotta go. Okay, and Megan, she's hurt. I was hurt for Megan because so far Megan has been a really good girl for Wes. And you know what? It's just, I guess, time and circumstances won't permit this relationship to happen. Another part with Oliver, whoever this new guy is, he's seeing, they kissing in the hallway, all this breathing and shit. I was just like, okay, I guess this is going to mean something eventually. But I guess Oliver is working on a new boyfriend. Then we see Connor and Michaela. They talking. Asher comes over, he's in his Asher-like way. He's talking about how he got laid. Michaela was just like, whatever, you didn't get laid. When he pulls her to the side and they have a conversation, basically Asher was just like, you know what, this is something here. I'm your boyfriend. I'm your boo. Okay, she was like, no, you're not. He was like, yes, I am. This is more serious than you want to admit. She was just like, well, I don't know what I want. Because Michaela, she's built up this wall. She's been with these guys, 2 guys that she's been in love with, and neither one of them have worked out, okay? So, yeah, she's, she kind of don't know what to do with love at this point. But But Asher was just like, you know what, you're my family. I lost all of my family. You're the only one that I have. I was just like, oh, I'm actually getting touched by this conversation. She was just like, I never had family. It's no big deal. But I can tell when he said that to her, you know, she felt like, she kind of felt special. And I was just like, oh my God, am I really liking an Asher and Michaela mixture? He says he wants to be there for her. He likes her a lot. Then she finally admits that she likes him a lot too. Okay, so now I think they are officially a couple. They start kissing. But it ain't the fucking kissing that they've been doing. It's the intimate, passionate kissing. Annalise gets home from a long day at the court. Okay, but a productive day. The lawyer is there that Bonnie has called, and Wes is not. Annalise is like, oh shit. She rushes to the office to see if cell phone is in the drawer that she had taken from him and put in the drawer, and the cell phone is gone as well. We see Wes, he's at Laurel's house. He's destroying the cell phone. She was just like, why did you do that? Okay, that was Fine-Ass Frank admitting to killing the brother. Wes was just like, I just want to protect everybody, okay? Including Fine-Ass Frank for you. I know you still love him. And Laurel was just like, I'm not in love with him anymore. He out there fucking Bonnie all willy-nilly. The hell with Fine-Ass Frank, okay? And then all of a sudden, here you go seeing Laurel and Wes all up on each other. Was anybody shocked how tall he was compared to how short she was? I was like, I never realized she was so little. And she was looking up at him and he was looking down at her, and then they started kissing. And I was like, ooh. Last week, somebody in my comments talked about how they felt like Bonnie and Fine-Ass Frank was like brother and sister, and they didn't like they love making, but I was fine with they love making. But this Wes and Laurel combination, I was just like, oh, this is gross. Now that really was like a brother and sister thing. I didn't feel nothing. It was weird to see them kissing and in bed and everything. I was just like, child. But I told you motherfuckers that was gonna be his baby. I knew that he was gonna sleep with her before that fire came. After they finish, Laurel gets a text message. It's Annalise. Okay, she rolls over. I guess she had done dozed off and Wes is in the bed. I was like, oh my God, did Wes go turn himself in? Because on the news, they're saying that they are holding Mahoney's son without bail. So Connor had called Annalise to let her know. So, Annalise was trying to figure out where the fuck Wes is. So I was just like, oh my God, Wes, he's such a fucking wimp. But then all of a sudden, Laurel walks in the other room and she was just like, there goes Wes sitting right there on her floor. Okay, he's looking at the TV and he's looking all surprised too. Watching the news, them talking about the son. Well, it's not Wes, the illegitimate son. It is Mahoney's son, the real son. They're saying that he's the one that's in jail. Annalise, while everybody is watching that and they flash a picture of the kid up on the screen, she just says it was Frank. Then we see clips of Frank, he framing and shit. He putting fingerprints on guns and putting shit in trunks and running off and doing whatever the fuck Fine-Ass Frank do. He's getting on the freeway. He's on his way to Philadelphia. Then it jumps back to 3 weeks later, night of the fire. Michaela's rushing all around. She's trying to find Asher. She goes to the dorm that he is the person for, you know what I'm talking about, the word that I'm talking about. Anyway, everybody's all running around, jumping around, and then she finally finds Asher and she's relieved, like, I thought you were dead. So now we know that Asher's not dead. She tells him that there was a fire. Has anybody talked to Connor? And he said, you know what, Annalise called us and told us to come to the house. Okay, so Connor might have been in the house. You think it might be Connor? I don't know, you guys. I'm not feeling like it's Connor, but I'm not feeling like it's Wes either. I'm not feeling like it's Real Nice Nate either. I don't know who it could be. Who do y'all think it is? It might be Connor. All right, rock stars, let me get off of here, go get my medication, and get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Rocks. The channel is for It's Rocks. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.